In this issue of Video Fashion Style, it's all about the show as top designers abandon the traditional runway for a less conventional presentation. Louis Vuitton explores the ups and downs of fashion.
Oh my God, it was literally the most mind-blowing show.
Stella McCartney throws a flash mob dinner party in London.
We wanted to celebrate 2012 London.
Tommy Hilfiger proves his all-American status on the football field.
It's a touchdown, Tommy. I loved it.
Alexander McQueen's marathon dance competition channels the 1970s film They Shoot Horses, Don't They?
It's a great fashion moment tonight, and we are very pleased.
At Chanel, Karl Lagerfeld serves up a delectable collection in a brasserie.
The clever thing, honestly, was the whole take on the ladies who lunch.
Moncler Grenoble takes to the ice with a show on Central Park's iconic skating rink.
Well, I've never seen a show on ice before, so I thought this was the first.
And Ralph Lauren shows us the future of fashion with a presentation in 4 dimensions.
It was super cool. I thought it was incredibly inventive.
First of all, there's the drama before now because everybody knows he starts on time. And you went in and there was a setting for an airport. And since last time the set had been so amazing that they built this giant train, everybody was, oh my God, are they going to land a plane? Are they going to land a plane? And or maybe is Mark going to take his bow in a helicopter? You know, what's going to happen? But in fact, it was good old-fashioned visual greatness.
We were inspired by the work of Daniel Buren, by his installations and his artwork, and well, this installation with the escalators inspired the set, obviously, but what really inspired the proportions of the collection and the idea of doing damier, again, or checks and a grid, was his work called Les Deux Plateaux. It's a grid consisting of columns in 3 lengths, and so that's what we did, short, medium, and long lengths.
I believe this show was really like a wonderful synthesis of Mark design and Daniel Buren colors, and you know, the most famous trademark in the work, the damier. So it's a perfect kind of way to deliver a very strong brand message, but with the colors of an artist and the genius of a fashion designer.
It was a perfect show. It was one idea, but my God, how rich that idea. First of all, to focus on that Louis Vuitton square, that multiple square, and really, instead of making it feel like he was doing something commercial by focusing on it, he made real beauty out of it. He showed why artists can choose a subject and spend their lives on it. And he just showed how if you have a vision, the audience will be there.
Oh my God, it was literally the most mind-blowing show. I mean, just the escalators on the runway, the clothes were so precise and perfect and 60s, but not in a costumey way, and it all just was perfect.
God, he brings so much. He changes the conversation, and he inspires not only us, but he inspires the population of designers all over the world.
I think in fashion, we definitely look first at the product. But the show is an opportunity to bring additional emotion. It's a sort of loudspeaker for the designer to say, yes, I've created a statement, and it's just to emphasize his creative statement. It's one of those moments where you love fashion.
The UK got an invigorating dose of star power this season when Stella McCartney held a VIP presentation on home turf. A-list entertainers and fashion elites scored coveted invitations to London's most exclusive event.
The London show, you know, we wanted to celebrate 2012 London, and we're a British brand, you know, at the end of the day. We're based there, and I was born and bred there.
The eccentric fashion performance was indicative of London's subversive approach to style.
I think it's really fitting that designers such as Stella McCartney should be showing here. They're London designers. This is where it all began. This is where the very first collections were launched. If not at London Fashion Week, then at Central St Martin's Graduate Show. This is their hometown.
Many believe that fall 2012 marked a turning point for London.
London was really just so professional and so just on the board. Somebody said to me the other day, London lost its edge because now it runs so smoothly and it's like every other city, but it's like, no, it hasn't. You know, the creativity coming out of there is just immense.
We just added a collection, you know, another show we did 2 shows this season essentially, and we made it much more evening wear, much more luxurious. And it was a very separate part to what we've shown there, but very much a complement to it.
Effortless always works for Tommy because it is about looking healthy, polished. You know, it's beautiful blowout, tucked behind the ears. The front's kind of natural but very graphic.
We're backstage at Tommy Hilfiger, and the look is very inspired by Ali McGraw in Love Story. It's all about an enhanced brow and fresh skin and a little bit of contouring around the eyes. Very nude lips and the lip balm, that's it. Very simple but stunning.
Tommy Hilfiger was really fun. I love just the classic preppy, but with kind of a modern twist takes that he does. Yeah, it's Tommy's 30th anniversary, and he is so American, and the show being sort of a Super Bowl feeling with a Jumbotron really just kind of transported you.
I love the way Tommy picks a theme and really plays it, and it's always got a sense of fun. He knows his brand, knows his identity, and then manages to infuse new energy into it every season. And that's the game. Team Tommy, we're like fans of Team Tommy.
Well, I've always been inspired by sports, particularly football, because I always wanted to be a football player, but I was never big enough. I love the equipment, I love the whole ambiance of sports, but I like sports mixed with luxe. And I think that people want to dress luxe, but they want it to be sporty. So this is what we've done, we've married the two. Every single item is going to have something athletic about it. Whether it's a trim, a stripe, a detail, every single item. And every single item is made with a luxury fabric.
Great show for Tommy. Really a fantastic collection with such a young spirit. Varsity jackets and little cheerleader outfits, beautiful pleated skirts. Yes, it was sporty and it was all those things without losing a beat of sophistication. The fur was not real, but it looked so luxe and it looked so well done.
This is tailgating at its best. It's a tailgating bonanza. I mean, all the looks are really fresh and fun in the spirit of Tommy Hilfiger. I love the way he mixes plaids and tweeds and prints. It's a touchdown, Tommy. I loved it.
It was a big show. It was fun. It was a party. That was the intent when you construct an entire football field inside an armory.
Alexander McQueen held his fashion spectacular this season in a 19th century Parisian dance hall. To stage the event, and by any standard, it was truly the fashion event of the season, McQueen drew inspiration from the Sidney Pollack-directed film They Shoot Horses, Don't They? The fashion show, like the film, told the story of a Depression-era dance marathon, a theme that allowed McQueen to show a full spectrum on his runway.
Spectacular. What we saw there was so amazing. I mean, the show was startling. They shoot horses, don't they theme, but within that we saw some gorgeous clothes and some very, very real clothes, from grand evening to the most wonderful undone distressed denims. It was spectacular.
Lace, beautiful sequin gowns, Oscar, Oscar, Oscar everywhere. But then also wonderful playfulness with denim, with lots of sheer inset panels and the whole patchwork that he did with the leather, and then the cotton kind of take on that sort of Western hillbilly theme. He picked up on one of the biggest trends of the season, of course, which is the ballet trend. But of course he took it to another level, and once again he had a transcendent sort of experience watching it. The girls were dancing. I mean, they went out of their way to give us such a great performance, and it was just one of the best shows I think we've seen all season.
The collection also got the thumbs up from Domenico De Sole, the CEO of the Gucci Group, parent company of Alexander McQueen.
I thought it was a fantastic collection and truly beautiful show. And in fact, I was delighted that at the end, a lot of people from the press, some old friends, they're usually very quiet and they never say anything. They were very, very excited, were visibly excited by the beauty of the show and the clothes. So I'm delighted.
De Soleil's only concern was that the audience understand that despite the theatrics, the clothes were still truly beautiful.
That's very typical of Lee. He always does really wonderful presentation, but I want everybody to understand it was a beautiful, beautiful collection. It's just not a matter of show. The show was great, but I thought the clothes were simply beautiful, and everybody was very excited tonight. It was a great as one of the great journalists said today, this is a great fashion moment tonight, and we are very pleased.
I think Chanel was pretty damn cool. It was what the house represents. It was very elegant, very graceful, and I think people are warming more towards that like mature beauty. And I think this brought back from like the more sort of like poppy sort of stuff they've done before. So good step for them.
The execution was flawless. It looked like that brasserie had been there forever. The attitude of the waiters, there was just a warmth, a generosity.
I absolutely loved it. The clever thing, honestly, was the whole take on the ladies who lunch idea of it, the Gabrielle, Chanel, brasserie.
What Lagerfeld does so well is kind of presenting a show that works on a lot of different levels. On a big idea, big picture level, what I took away was the message that We all should slow down and take a little bit more time to do what's important, and that's really what life is about. And I think he was kind of trying to make a comment about the only real luxury that exists is time.
I thought it was like a real love letter to France, which is kind of great at this moment.
Chanel today, they owed to France and everything French. There was a great play between, the great Chanel heritage and what is the wardrobe of a contemporary woman today.
He took this thing about French culture that's so integral, and he really captured it in the clothes and showed us, just a full menu of French chic, from the madames and the classic Chanel suits to the bohemians and knit cardigans and flared denim. There was a lot to wear, as usual.
Very bourgeois from the outside, but with a very twisted mind.
We also touched on some of the trends of the season, with the bomber jackets over the A-line skirts and the skirts over trousers.
A lot of tweeds, a lot of large volumes.
And I really like seeing the old Chanel accessories come back, the ropes of pearls and the chain link low slung belts and the spectator sling backs. I thought it was a nice moment.
And the metallics, the little sort of napkin skirts and those beautiful colored metallics, I just thought were gorgeous.
The involvement from the waiters' aprons to the aprons in the clothes, the classic Chanel shoes, and that he never switched the shoes. There was humor, there was everything. It was really, really great.
You could buy into any element of that. It was totally wearable, imaginative and wantable. I just thought totally hit every perfection note that could possibly be hit in that show for me. Honestly, I just thought it was genius.
I thought this was such a beautiful show. I mean, ingenious in the styling, but the fact that the models all took off their coats and actually sat down afterward was more than just a little gimmick. It actually showed that fundamentally Chanel is in the business of making wearable fashion, and I thought that was a very clever way to send that message.
On a frosty night in Central Park, Moncler Grenoble hit the ice for a memorable Autumn-Winter 2012 presentation.
Well, I've never seen a show on ice before, so I thought this was a first, and as I'm staying pretty close to here, it seemed like a very good opportunity. My son just arrived from London, and he's never been to a fashion show at all, so I thought for him to see a fashion show on ice was as good as it gets.
Basically, it's Grenoble. This line is our sport collection. This idea started like 3 years ago here in New York, when we just started, to make something different. I started at Pier 59, then I moved to the Central Station. Now here the skating. You will see something very Moncler, very energetic, with very strong attitude, a very strong root for the brand. When I start to rebuild the brand, I say I want to be really international. Now we sell in 32 countries. On this collection, we have many colors, but this season white is the master color for it.
Well, I've worn Moncler for years and years. Before they became particularly hip, they were just what everybody wore skiing. And now, of course, it's high fashion as well as skiing. So it's perfect.
See a lot of people in this day in New York, is going to snowing. A lot of people they dress Moncler because we really try to find something very technological, very performing, but at the same time you can use daily in the office, when you go in the office or when you go to take kids in the school. Like I say every time, we're not really in the fashion business. I want to be consistent, and my client have to buy a jacket for the jacket that must last for 3, 4, 5 years. This is the strategy I push always. Something you can use really every day. I think is the quality. The quality is everything for us. We try to have the best quality, the best stitch, the best fabric, the best feather, and this all mixed all together makes the collection nice.
For spring 2015, Ralph Lauren took a walk in New York's Central Park, where the fashion and celebrity crowd was treated to a super moonlit 4D presentation of the designer's Polo collection.
Well, this is the first 4D holographic fashion show. And what Ralph Lauren has done is introduce a new brand called Polo for Women. And you're going to see models 4 stories tall walking across New York City's Central Park. Holographic models. We're trying to play technology in a way that brings this old world sophistication into a new age.
It was super cool. I thought it was incredibly inventive.
I don't even know what to think about it. I'm trying to figure out how to tell people. I just watched a fashion show on the lake, projected on a wall of water, and 4D technology. Well, I mean, that's crazy. But it's Ralph.
Great. I thought it was so nice. We're in Central Park, and the way that the presentation was shown was just gorgeous with New York City behind.
I think this is very special, doing it outdoor and seeing something so cutting edge and so fashion forward.
It was honestly breathtaking. An amazing, amazing fashion show on water. Okay, just saying that alone just sounds kind of unreal, right? And the perfect combination of fashion and technology together. Really cool. Women walking on water, pretty fly.
The production tonight was absolutely unreal. I mean, what a special evening. I was saying earlier, I felt like when I'm older, I'll look back and remember that epic moment. Polo Ralph Lauren for women is great. I find it so easy to wear that I would happily live in Ralph Lauren Polo always.
I thought it was genius. That's the word I use to describe him all the time, because he puts technology, fashion, and art all into one thing.
I'm completely amazed. You know, I've never seen anything like this, and I kept thinking that it's some kind of magic, and that really, you know, the real Ralph Lauren was suddenly going to appear.
That was the most high-tech projection that I've ever seen. We saw Ralph Lauren walking on water and his hologram to stay with us forever. I mean, it's quite incredible.